Welcome to Adults Only Comedy Berlin. Today we have Teddy Hall and we're not in Berlin.
Yes, that's accurate.
We are in Basel.
Basel, Switzerland.
Yes, your home.
Yes, this is where I live currently. It's very nice. It's very sunny.
It's very nice. It's very calm. That's what I've noticed.
Yes, when you have wealth, you don't worry about things and then you can relax.
Yeah, right? It's a really... But like that said, you live on the red light district street, so...
Yeah, but it's still the Swiss red light district street, so it's extremely organized and extremely efficient and extremely fine.
Yeah, and like it's like demarcated on the street exactly up to which point and it's a picture of a woman standing next to a wall in like graphics.
I think it's meant to be like a pole, like not.
It is a pole.
Like I think it's like the cliche image of like her holding on to like the traffic light.
But on the traffic light, because I thought it was like a pole, so it's like, oh, this red light district has strip clubs as well. No, it's just brothels.
I mean, it might have places that have like a strip club bit in the beginning, but it's all like a brothel.
It's a yeah.
Like I remember, like I thought I went to one of the strip clubs in Basel one time when I thought it was a strip club, and then I was just sat in the front. And they were like, to come watch someone dance, you have to buy a bottle of champagne for 150 euros. And I was like,
For Switzerland, that's pretty cheap.
I don't know about that. I was like 19, I think. And me and my friend had decided like, oh, let's like do a tour of all the things that we never did in Basel before I leave.
Yeah.
Because I then moved away. So one of the things was go to a strip club. And he's a gay man. He's one of the gay men. Yeah, he's one of the gay men. And so he just became friends with all the prostitutes who immediately realized that he was not interested. And then they just formed a beeline towards me. And then they realized I had about 60 euros in total in my life. And they were like, okay, this is not going to happen. So,
all right. And so it started at the strip club that was actually a brothel, really. And then...
Yes, but that was on a different street, but yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, this like it's funny because I was in Amsterdam just, like 3 days ago, and also stayed on but the red light district in Amsterdam is obviously massive. Like it's like a little city unto itself, right?
Yeah,
like,
I felt deeply uncomfortable throughout it. I was traveling on my own, so I felt like I'll go walk around on my own, but I do not handle that kind of like intense like open sexuality.
Oh, really? Yeah, okay.
I got really stressed out by it immediately, and did not like that they were looking at me and pointing at me. I was like, no, you're naked. This is uncouth.
That uncouth. Oh my god. Yeah. I don't know. The very first time I saw it, I was like, holy moly! But I was always like with men, and but this time I was by myself.
Nice, you legend.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm always with men. It was my brother, okay? And like some random dudes. Kinky. No. Well, that's my first experience in Amsterdam. People did think I was having sex with my brother.
I'm really glad you ended that sentence with in Amsterdam, because I thought you were going to say, well, my first experience sexually was my brother. I was like,
No, my first time in Amsterdam, I was staying in this dormitory with my brother, and we'd been out drinking and drinking heavily. They had like €1 Jaeger bombs at the
Nice.
That's terrible.
That's always a terrible
like €1 Jaeger bomb. Like that's never gonna end well. And my brother had bought a box of truffles, and I had bought weed, and I was smoking weed, and then I was like, all right, we did a little walk around. I got some treats, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to bed. And then about 2 hours later, my brother comes into my room, into our dormitory, and he's like, and his friend as well, Tom, who we just met that night, is also on the other side of my bunk bed, and they're both like, Anna, we ate the whole box of truffles. We're not okay. Can we like cuddle? And then as they're talking to me, this like guy in a bunk bed on the other side of the room starts talking, and he's like very Northern English, rough as guts, and we knew there was a group of them. They looked like they were like straight out of prison, and not to be prejudiced, but being prejudiced. And this guy's like, I can hear this guy talking about, he's like, oh my god, what, like, I can't do the accent, right? He's like,
go on, no, do your best.
Oh my god, what's happening over there? I don't even know what I'm doing. That's horrible. I'm gonna roll with it though. What's happening over there? I'm going to go and fuck that girl. Oh, they're having a threesome. Look, he's touching her breasts, and the other one's eating her out, and I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna fuck her too. He starts getting down from the bunk bed.
I have never been more attracted to you in my life.
Thank you, Teddy. Yeah. And this guy starts getting down from his bunk bed as he's narrating a scene that's not happening, and he's saying that he's going to join it and start fucking me. And so I am terrified. My brother isn't cognizant at all. The other guy, I'm like, Maddie, you need to go. We need to get out of here now. Like, move, get out of the room. And so I'm clambering down, and this guy's clambering over, and we run out. We go down to reception, and I'm like, talking to us, I'm like, hey guys, so this guy is having some hallucination in the room. He wanted to join my bed. He was threatening to basically rape me. Or at least like have sex with me, even though that's and they're like, okay, we're so sorry, we'll move you and your brother to another room, and then we sit down on the couch waiting, and I just burst into tears because it was like I was managing these two men running away from this guy threatening me, and then I look at my brother, and my brother's like, what happened? What's happening? He had no idea, like he didn't know, like he had no idea what had happened in the last 20 minutes. And then when I told him, he started crying. He's like, I'm so sorry I wasn't there for you.
I think he was crying because he didn't hear your impression of the accent.
Yeah, it's a real shame, that accent. I've never tried to do that accent before.
I could tell.
Yeah, I think it was more powerful, though, in the bad accent than if it was just me saying
I mean, it definitely sounded less threatening. I think if you'd done like a convincing accent, I would have been like, oh, God. And instead I was like, this is a fun cartoon.
Yeah, it was better than me just doing my voice saying what this guy was going to do. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, that was my first experience in Amsterdam, and so I don't know, being in the red light district, I was with the dudes that I was with, and it was confronting, but I was around the dudes, so it was like I just felt like the tourist, being like, wow, these women are just actually naked in the windows.
Yeah.
But staying at Luana's house, like her door is right next to the windows and doors of like where there's people standing in there. Like there was one.
Hey, yeah, women are people too, Anna.
Yes, but there was like one person in one of the windows who very much had the first time I walked past, huge breasts, and then like out, I think just with like little nipple covers, and then like a green thong, like fluorescent green thong, with a big penis inside.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, and I was like, now that's interesting.
Multitasker.
Right?
Get you a woman that can have it all.
My first morning waking up, I was like, well, if I don't pick up, there's always her.
Yeah.
Them. I thought about using the services. Have you ever paid for sex?
No, I have not paid for sex, except in emotional pain and regret.
Yeah,
but,
me too.
No, I've never really thought it would be fun. I think I would get way too. I'd get way too like insecure about like, do they actually like me?
Oh, really? But like you're paying for it. They don't need to. Like it's their job to pretend.
I guess, but I would like, I mean, they're trying to sell you the fantasy that like they do actually like you and you're special, right? It's like that whole like stripper thing of like, like every stripper is trying to make you believe that no, they actually like you. I mean, I don't have personally much experience with either strip clubs or brothels, despite living next to them. But no, I think I'm too insecure.
You're too insecure.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it to be like a transaction. I would want it to be like sort of. I will like gladly take them for dinner.
Oh my goodness! I think you're missing the point, Teddy. I'm not sure if it's on my bucket list. Like, I'm developing more of a bucket list because
I think if I had like a really specific thing I wanted to try, that this was someone who was like an expert in, right? Like if I was like,
give us an example.
Yeah, like if I was like, I've never been like had like a dominatrix,
yes,
right? Then I would be like, that's like someone in their expertise. But if it's just like for like a blowjob, then it's kind of like. No. What's the point? But if it was like something like specific, or if I was like, do you know what? I do have curiosity about feet stuff, and someone was, this person was like an expert in doing feet stuff.
But that would be their feet, right?
I don't know. I don't particularly have a interest. So.
Yeah, okay. But foot fetishes are always about the subject is always female feet, no matter what. True? Seems to be the case. I've done some research. And
there's got to be gay men that love male feet.
You're right. There's got to be. Haven't heard of it. Haven't read about it. There's got to be, though. You're absolutely right. But I'd say those feet are effeminate feet.
Nah, I bet there's people that love some Hobbit shit. Like, I bet there's some people that love, like, a big hairy foot with a fucked up nail, like a workman's foot. Like a... I mean, there's got to be, otherwise I've got no hope. My feet are too masculine.
Yeah, do you really want to be the subject of a foot fetish?
I'd be... no. Would I be very curious? Yes.
I've had men into my feet, and I'm like, it's not that. Like, it's like, yeah, okay, suck them, cool, but, like, I'm not getting anything out of it.
Yeah, I don't
very
think...
one way. Like, it's a fetish. Like, it's very one way.
I think the part that I would, like... The thing is, sometimes I'm like, do I find the idea of something hot or the idea of something funny? There's a lot of the time I'm not sure. And I think the idea of someone jerking me off with their feet, I find amusing.
Oh, I've
I don't
done
know
that.
if I would enjoy it,
yeah,
like sexually, but I think I would find it really hilarious.
It's more like I don't know, when I've done it. I haven't done it to completion, but there's been moments where I've used my
you'd have
feet.
to have like really powerful like thighs and glutes to like get the rhythm going.
It
I reckon.
It depends on the angle, I guess. But it's also just like playing around. I don't know. But yeah, there's a... But often,
or if it's really small, you can do it between the toes.
Exactly. But I think that there's so many things in sex that are funny.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like you're doing these things with your body.
It's inherently hilarious.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the whole paying for sex thing. Like, I think there's a part of me that would like... I don't know. I'm really like, I don't ever want to be paid for sex. But and I've done the analysis, and I really looked at it because
ran the numbers.
I've run the numbers,
done the budgeting
exactly, and whether it was stripping, I looked into seriously. I was telling Amber, there's a local comedian, Amber. She also strips, and I was talking to her about how I did actually apply to work at a strip club in my teens.
Did you get rejected from working at a strip club?
I love how that's where you go. That I got rejected. That's all projection, Teddy. No, they wrote back immediately saying that if you want to strip in the state of Victoria, then every hour, and this was like the law of stripping, then once every hour you needed to do a
Newton's law, the law of stripping, all my favorites.
All my favorites. That once per hour, you're required to have full frontal, open leg nudity.
Once per hour.
On the stage. And I was like, look, I'm happy to show my tits, to dance around naked, but to spread my legs in front of the in front of men once per hour, I was like, I don't want to do that. But I could dance, I could dance around naked, sure, and I could do, lap dances, but full frontal, like open nudity.
Is that like a big part of it? Are people into that?
Yeah, I had a friend who was a stripper, and my friend, we went in to visit her one day, and my friends put down a 20, and immediately, she comes, and a big part of it is her opening her legs, and you seeing inside the vagina.
Yeah, that's a big porn thing I never got.
The vagina?
The sort of the... No, that's a life thing I never got. No, that's not true.
That's not true.
No, but especially when it was pre internet porn, when all my access was a random notebook that was being passed around, and there was a lot of
You had a lot of that because you're 27, right?
Not a lot of it. It was literally maybe the first 6 months of my porn experience
was pictures.
Because I think I got internet and knew how to use it at 13, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's when it kind of
that's
when the party started. Let me tell you. But there was a lot of women posing fully legs splayed, and it was the focus of the photo in the center was just the vagina front on. And I've never thought that's a really attractive pose. I think if it's not that it's inherently looks bad or anything, but it's just sort of it's not flattering. Do you know what I mean?
It's
someone the poster of the woman that's bending over and getting a beer out of the fridge, and then above it says women are great around the house or some shit.
I like that it needs to include a beer for Teddy to find it appealing.
I'm more of an alcoholic than I'm horny. Like that makes sense because it's a flattering pose.
Something coquettish, something that's like alluring, but just the straight out, like it's like certain pics of men's just big dicks if they're just sitting there with a hard on. It's like there needs to be some level of artistry around.
There needs to be drama. There needs to be a story that's
Tension.
being told.
Exactly. There needs to be some
What
kind
is
of...
the hero's journey here?
It needs to be some kind of allure. It kind of like just straight out open. Yeah, it's like I'm very particular with like lighting in porn. Like lighting.
Lighting. Okay.
Like in video porn, it's like stuff's much sexier if it's got good lighting.
Unless it's like deliberately got like kind of bad lighting and you feel like you're seeing something that you're not supposed to be seeing.
Definitely. It all depends on the context.
But then it's like that's like a sort of an amateur or like it's like hidden thing.
But also if it's that kind of harsh, unattractive lighting, like
if it's way too bright, it's like
that's
it's
it.
Very intense.
Like I like it to be softer or have some edginess to it or whatever. Classic. But yeah, just those full frontal poses. I agree with you, but it depends. Like maybe like a little bit of just the full. I agree with you. I don't think it's that. It's also like if a woman's just standing and like holding her butt cheeks open to see her arsehole. That's also not
it's
that.
also like, I don't want to see it like that.
Yeah,
like, I don't think genitals are inherently attractive, like either male or female. It just like on their own. I think like within the context of a full body, sure.
Yeah.
But like just that on its own, I'm never like, this looks amazing.
Yeah. Like out of like exactly. If it's just a dick pic with no body really in the picture, or if it's just a vag pic, it's like nah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever received just a vag pic.
You've never received a whole pic as well, like a.
But not like by request. But on Grindr, you would occasionally just. Yeah.
They just send them.
Oh yeah, because there's no like you have to match or anything. It's just like.
Oh, you don't have to match.
No, you're just nearby, and then people can send you whatever the fuck they want. I mean, in theory, you can report them for nudity, but I think anyone that like. In Grindr would be like, come on, man, like, where do you think you are?
Exactly. Okay, and the only reason why that setup doesn't exist in the hetero world is because men are predators.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm guessing because like to me that system sounds great, but I guess for women there would be so much admin involved. It'd be like I'd be looking and I'd just be getting like dick. Like even on the train, I get people like trying to send me.
Oh, you get airdropped.
Yeah,
stuff.
People try to airdrop stuff to me on buses and trains.
What's your name on your airdrop?
I guess it's Anna. Anna has a big vag.
Oh, is it Anna send me dicks?
Damn, I guess I should change it.
You should change that. Yeah. Anna Dick Fan 69.
I need to change it's just Anna's iPhone.
No,
so people will be like, oh, it's a female.
Right. That was basically the crux of my question.
Yeah. I should change
mine's
it.
like a Samsung G950, and then they're like,
Okay.
it could be that like old dude over there.
Yeah.
Or it could be that.
I should change it to something like vagina dentata or something.
But dentarte?
Dentata? Do you know vagina dentata?
No, I do not.
Oh, okay. That's the whole fear / myth of a vagina with teeth.
Oh, okay. I see. Yes. The vampiric vag.
Yeah, exactly. Just gonna bite that dick off. But I don't think
that's a genuine fear. I mean,
it's genuine fear. What the fuck?
No.
Sort out your mother issues, dude.
Not necessarily with the vagina, but with the receiving head.
Oh, with receiving head.
Yeah, because there's always like this power like moment of like if she wanted, she could.
Definitely.
I don't be got.
But the same as a man going down on the vagina, it's like he could totally bite out my clitoris.
You could do some,
and it's much smaller.
You could do a fair bit of mauling, but I think like in terms of meat mass that you could get off.
Oh, it's a matter of mass now. I think a matter of damage you could do to someone's like pleasure organ. I think the clit is probably more. If it's a competition, if we're making this a competition,
okay.
I think the clit is probably more like easily damaged.
But I think
you just bite that out and rip it because it's so much smaller.
But I think in the triathlon, the penis would win.
How? What's the triathlon?
It's where there's like, is that the one where there's swimming, running, and cycling?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
What's the one where there's like skiing and shooting?
I love that one. Yeah, right. I think that's like
I like guns and I like going fast down snow.
I remember in school they made you do a quiz to see what sports you should do, and it suggested that one for me, like the skiing and the shooting. Like in Australia, we're like, do we even have this sport? Like, what is it? But I don't recall the name. It's like it's an athlon.
It's definitely one of the athlons named after Irish town Athlone.
Yeah.
Shout out Athlone.
Athlone. Oh jeez. But no, what are you talking about? Like, why would the penis win in the triathlon of like?
Oh, I was just trying to make an Olympics joke because you talked about it being a competition.
Oh, competition. Okay, got it.
I can't say I thought through the logic of it, but I will make an argument.
But do you really? You don't have to.
Okay, I reckon a penis could outswim a clit.
Oh, deaf. Oh,
I think it's got more like power to project itself forward. And it's got like, think of eels.
Oh no, I
Like,
think of
you
eels.
do it like in a snaky way. Oh, I think of eels all day, baby.
But the clit would be like it's like lighter, and it would be like swimming through much faster, and it's little kind of like flappy.
Does the penis have the ball sack holding it back? Because that would require a lot.
The ball sack? What to get back?
Holding it back, because
holding it
that
back.
would provide a lot of like counter pressure that would not. Because it would get spread.
Yeah, when I imagine the penis,
but I think that would actually help in the cycling.
Oh yes, the balls would be the feet, right? That'd be paddling.
The balls are the feet of the genitals.
But they're also, I suppose, the feet, like the feet, they're like the strongest, but also very fragile.
I mean, I don't know about your fragile feet, but
I don't know about my fragile balls, like. But yeah,
as a kid, I had a really huge fear.
I think it's really huge. I was like, what?
Well, no, I had a disease. It was very overgrown. But I had a really big fear, especially the first few times I cut my. I like tried to shave my ball sack the first couple of times.
How old were you when you first shaved your ball sack? I love ball sack as a word, though. By the way,
my bag of plenty.
I'm so glad I didn't sip a full sip of water when you said that.
I tried to time it to get a spit take out of it, but no, I had a really. How old was I? I can't say, to be honest, legally. No, I'm not sure. I would guess like. Hair would be coming in when I was like 13. I probably would start to think that someone might possibly be interested in trying to see it around 15. There was a chance, I reckon. Didn't happen until I was 16, but at 15 I think I was starting to be like, I might meet a lady randomly in a train, and I don't know why a train's a big part of the story, but
I like it.
But yeah, but my fear was, right?
But we did meet people. My first boyfriend I met on a tram.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Oh, about 5 stops? No, it was like 2 weeks. And then I had trust issues.
You always knew where that relationship was going.
Yeah. East Brighton. We met on the 64. Yeah, sorry. So,
my fear.
Your
balls. My ball sack fear.
Ball sack fear. Bag of plenty.
My sperm luggage fear. That was not as good as bag of plenty.
Sperm
Quit
luggage.
while you're ahead. Anyway, I was always really scared that I was gonna that if I like nicked it, that it was like the skin would be so thin that like one of the balls would drop out and I'd have to catch it before it falls in the toilet.
Oh, that's
so
cute.
I would like shave my balls with while holding my hand like in between that and the toilet water.
That's so cute. But yeah, at the same time, you had access to the internet, so maybe you could have researched just how thin the ball skin was.
I think I like, if you know anything about my life, it's I tend to do then consider.
Yeah, okay.
Which is not always wise, but.
So you would be shaving. That's quite difficult because that means you wouldn't be able to hold the ball skin.
Well, I would like
taut.
try and like strategically make it that like I was like I'm ready. I'd be ready to catch. I could Spider-Man this shit if they both dropped out. I would like, and also I'm not sure what I was then thinking. Like, would I be able to put them back in and just like put some sellotape on?
Just like whoop, just like tie that up. It'll heal. Also, yeah, my first instinct also was like, why didn't you just shave them over like a towel? So
yeah, that would have been smart.
Or or over the floor, and then you vacuum afterwards. But when you live with your parents, you don't want to be like bringing the vacuum into the toilet after shaving.
Yeah.
I do that now as an adult because there's no one.
Plus, I'd already broken the vacuum with a masturbation experiment.
Did you do that?
No,
Did you do that?
No, I didn't. I don't think people actually did that.
No, there's statistics. Like there's statistics around how many vacuum cleaners are broken because of men sticking their penises in them.
Jesus.
It's like a thing. And they actually, the thing was they used to have something that could like maim the penis in it, and they had to re-technologically develop the vacuum
so the
to
hoover
stop.
Is penis safe.
So the hoover
So
was
now
penis
it
safe.
actually would be fine for me to try.
Look, at your own, like, don't research it, just try it. Yeah,
I'll try like a low level, like a minimum suction.
It's just putting the penis in there.
I did know a guy in high school who who was telling, like, had a classic like situation of like, I have a girlfriend, she goes to another school, you don't know her, kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, we all know you're not hooking up with anyone, but it's fine.
But yeah, cool.
And one day he came into school with a hickey on his neck, and I say hickey, it was perfectly round.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And it was like, oh, okay, yeah. Like, everyone knew what he did, and he got so much shit for it. Yeah.
That is so funny.
Now he's an engineer.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
Like, that's the natural progression for someone who fucks around with a vacuum cleaner. Oh my God. I've never fucked around with, actually, not like appliances. No.
I haven't fucked an appliance. No.
No?
No, I don't really see the appeal.
Okay. Well, just like, variety.
True. Wait. All right. Yeah, you're right. Let me get to the oven.
No, but like, trying to commit suicide in the oven is a different. Do you have a gas oven or electric?
Electric, I think.
Great, good. So have you tried to have sex or used any household items ever in sex?
I don't think so. No, I don't believe so. No, I think like the closest I got was I once offered to use my toothbrush as a vibrator to someone, but they weren't inclined. So that's the closest I've gotten.
It was your electric toothbrush, though, right?
Yeah, it was.
It was.
But like I have a bit. Then the punchline is that my toothbrush isn't even electric, but it was.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've actually for myself ever. I got my phone to vibrate deliberately.
Oh yeah.
And like when I was a teenager, and like held it on my crotch to see how that feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it alright?
It was fine. I mean,
did it do anything?
It helped. I guess it helped get me there, but would I repeat it? Nah. It was like an experiment.
Yeah. Okay. I do have a bit where I talk
Every
about...
teenager is like a mad sexual scientist. Just trying to come up with new fuckery methods.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was... Well, I think teenage boys, yes, because they have a lack of access to pussy or butt or whatever. Like they don't have the skills yet to acquire the sexual partner for said experimentation. But
and even if they had the partner, they wouldn't have the confidence to seriously bring it up in like a way that would be at all responded to.
Yeah. Like there are some people that did have that. Like they had a boyfriend or girlfriend when they were both like 14, and they developed together and they fooled around together, and like those people do exist, but they are in the minority.
And they're weird, man.
Fuck them.
People that are still with high school sweethearts, I don't trust them.
You don't trust them?
I don't trust them. So something's wrong there. You should have grown. You should have both grown. You should have both become different people.
But I'm like, maybe, I like to, first take, I completely agree with you. But then I'm also like, who's to say that there aren't these two souls that just like the way they were formed and the environment and then the way they've both grown and, like they have been able to grow in a way. Like, it's possible. It's possible.
Maybe I mean, to be fair, one of my oldest, like my first girlfriend, I say girlfriend, meaning we made out once a week for a month, and then I broke up with her because I wasn't in love with her when I was 14.
You were so cute.
Yeah.
But that's fair. You didn't want to be a boyfriend.
Yeah, well, her next boyfriend was when we were 16, was one of my best friends. It was all good. I gave my approval in a very weird way when I was very tipsy. I was like, I condone this. You're allowed. Like, as if I had any fucking right.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
But
and also fucked up. But yes.
You know, I was trying to be nice to my friend.
Yeah,
and I was trying to be like, go get him, tiger.
I've done that with people in the more recent years of just being like, you have my blessing. Please fuck him. Like, it's a good move. You know?
But I didn't give her my blessing. I just gave him, you know. Like,
I
was like, he's like...
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Like, girls that then come up to me like, oh, I'm kind of seeing your ex. And I'm like, go for it. Like, have fun, please. Like, yeah. But anyway.
So they're now engaged, I believe.
Wow, 16 to 27?
Yeah, they've been together for... If they're not engaged... I don't know if they're actually engaged, but they've been together for like 12 years. And they're super happy. And they're great for each other and perfect. So maybe I'm just bitter that my first girlfriend immediately found someone better.
Yeah. But it's also like, you know, I came from the same space. Like, how come I haven't been able to find a stable partnership and love? And, you know, there's just so many guiding factors, like our fathers or...
All right, I was wondering how long.
But come on, like my dad. But yeah, like that's the thing. Like broken parent like families. I don't like the term broken. There's got to be a better term. Families, you know, where one parent decided that they were better than the other.
I don't like the term broken families. I prefer what is better.
Yeah, like what's because the thing is, it's so natural to leave your partner once you've had kids. Like, it's actually, there's some kind of study that says that we breed with the person that's not the right partner for us, but genetically the right, like, we somehow sense that they're the right genetics for our offspring, but they're not in fact the right partner. So then you leave and you find then the person that's right for you afterwards. So you breed, like, the person you should breed with is not the person you should nest with.
I'm really not enjoying how often you're saying breed.
Breed.
Yeah, breed. That makes me deeply uncomfortable.
Did I say it like 4 times?
I think so.
Breed. Yeah.
No, I also completely like lost your point because
you were too focused on the word.
I was just hearing breed. I had breed on the brain.
Breed on the brain. Okay, so my mum tells me that the person that you have children with is statistically, or even like chemically or something. There's some study done. Not like they're the person that's good genetically, but not the right person for you and your relationship. So it's this natural thing that you know. There's the offspring with one, but then you nest and settle down with someone else. And that's called the human thing.
I mean, I guess why not? Kinda. I don't know if I believe in. I mean, I don't know if I believe in like the idea of like someone being your nest buddy. Yeah. Like, I think like in the right time, at the right moment, someone might be right, but that worlds change.
I would like to think though that, like, you know,
Do you think that there's like
I don't think there's a
soulmate?
I think there's multiple soulmates, and they change depending on how you grow. Like, my very first boyfriend, I felt was absolutely my soulmate. I feel like a lot of my partners have just been like, you're absolutely the person that we should be together, and then we both feel that, and there's a very, like, the chemistry is very important. And
so you're single, right?
Yeah, I'm single. Oh, I'm single. Thank you, Teddy. Thank you. But I do, like, I'm getting to this point where it's like, and I think I have, you know, like I had like non-stop relationships from 18 through to 32. And for the last 3 years, I have been finding out who I am and having lots of different short relationships.
Sure.
And and I think I'm sort of getting to that point where it's like, no, I would like a partnership again, but now I really know who I am and what I want and how I'm living my life. And, you know, I'm not sure. I think everyone's different. There are people who are polyamorous naturally, and then there are people who are monogamous naturally, and then some other ones in between. I don't know. Like, I think what you're saying is something like, is there the one? I don't know. Like, but I think maybe you get to a point and an age where it's just more efficient to settle down with one person and that be your person that you nest with.
I think that totally makes sense. I'm a big sort of. I tend to lean towards the camp of like romantic love and the idea of it being like a forever thing, like for that being a bit nonsense to me, and like something that we just sort of arbitrarily decided at one point. Not that I don't believe you can be in love with someone, like, you know, I've been in love and whatnot, but like the idea that's then over the course of someone changing, I think like it's also totally natural if it's like, oh yeah, no, like it worked great for 5 years, but 7, that was pushing it, and that might be 25, that might be 35, and like, hey, if someone, I don't know, if we were elves, this is and we lived 900 years,
yes,
then I think like, you know, even the couples that like were happy till their dying day, maybe in year 230 they'd be like, actually I've changed in this direction. I like Harleys and playing the game Risk with my buddies now, and you're more of a Monopoly gal. It's never going to work out.
Yeah, I think,
you know, that common relationship problem.
Yeah, I think the older I get, and I hate starting sentences like this, but like you know, the whole absolutely, you fall out of love. Like I've been in love so many, like all the relationships that I had in my 20s, they were all like 1.5 to 3 years long, and like cohabitation and very intense and this is it feelings, and there were like 7 of them, and they were all very like really strong things. And in that period, I sort of halfway through, I was like, I can fall in love with anybody, but it's about being able to find a good relationship partner, like having a good person that you can live with and grow with. That's the thing, you can fall in love with anybody, right? But it's like, but love can move and change for sure. But I think maybe, I'm at the point where I'm like, if I get to 39 and I meet someone, all of the trials and tribulations of my 20s and 30s, I'll have a different kind of maturity response of like, it's not like giving up on love. It's not like when you fall out of love, you're giving up on love. But I think if I'm 39 and I'm looking down the barrel of like, you know, my next 20 years, I think you get to that age where you're like, do I want to be single again when I'm 45? Like, I think I'll probably reconcile my shit with this person, and maybe we from the start, we make it like open under certain guidelines, or we make it so that we make it work, so we don't have to like, so we're not, it's okay to be partnerless, but like, you know, make it fucking work.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're like, how do I put this? I don't think that like that you're saying it's okay to be partnerless if you're like, fuck, what if I'm single in 45 again, and that's inherently a bad thing.
No, but I think it's like if like the last, you know, like I got married at 27, and then like all the things, that's like you get to a point where you're like, I would like to just chill on this and not go it's not that being single is a bad thing, but that you have a different approach of making things work.
Yeah, I think like there's also some like maturity to that of like you know, older you get, you the more you're gonna be like, like I don't want to, like I could hang out with this person for a year and have a good time, but like it's not gonna go anywhere in any long term, and so maybe I call it earlier than I would 5 years ago.
Totally. And
that makes sense.
And that's definitely my experience. But then it's also like, if you do find someone where you're like, this works, I also think like your knowledge of yourself changes a lot. Like I thought I knew who I was at 27. I hadn't even started comedy until I was 32. Like who I am now is, I'm still me, but like how I want to live my life, which is the most, like who you are is who you are, but like how you want to live and the things you do and the kind of activities you that determine what your life actually looks like. Like
right.
Those are so like that solidifies, I think, mid-30s. Some people solidify it earlier, but like it's so like how much change you do.
So what I'm hearing is I'm 27. I haven't found my true calling yet.
You have.
No. I look forward to it.
Okay.
I look forward to like me being 32, being like, fuck this. Is that when you started comedy? 32 or 31? Something like that.
It was start of 2018. So, and I was born in 86. So what is that? I'm so bad at math. I think so. I was 29 when I left Australia.
This is the most complicated
30,
possible way to
30,
calculate it. And the year of
31. I was 31.
You were 31. Okay.
I was 31.
All right. So in 4 years, I'm gonna quit comedy.
No.
Yeah, because then I'm gonna be like, oh, I need to find my calling.
It comes to you. You don't have to quit comedy to find your calling.
You've
got your calling.
I think I should quit comedy. I think I look forward to it. I can't wait to quit comedy. It's gonna be the best.
Okay.
But on the like sort of the future relationship thing and thinking of yourself as an older, wiser person. Like I don't know. I have this thing which I've been told is kind of odd, where so I really want to be a dad someday. Like it's a very big part of my sort of emotional life goals. You would never guess that I have a lot of daddy issues, and my father left when I was young. So I kind of want to prove that, like, oh no, men can be good dads sometimes.
That's lovely.
So I have this sort of image in my head of me as an older man, raising kids. Wife's never in the picture. Like, she might be there, she might be involved, but she's very much secondary. I think I would happily be a single dad.
That's
also because I get laid all the time. But, like...
not wrong.
But, like, sort of the...
Not that right, but not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, if I had the time...
Yeah.
Like, and if I was actually a good dad, I think it would work well in my favor.
Yeah. If you had an income, like if you weren't having to hustle too much to maintain stability financially for your kid, you'd have time to.
If it wasn't like Will Smith Pursuit of Happiness.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't either.
I'm sorry, just the name of it turned me off immediately. I'm like, I don't want to watch that.
Absolutely not. Yeah. I don't want to watch that. That sounds sad. Ironically,
and it looks sad too.
But yeah, so like the wife or husband, who knows, is not like a part of the important image. I'm never like, oh, I want to get married, but I am like, oh, I want to have a kid.
Yeah. I want to have a kid. I would make that explicitly clear. But
right, stop hinting at me, and I'm not gonna get you pregnant.
I don't want you to get me pregnant. Because of so many factors.
Also, I can't. I lost my balls in a shaving accident once. They just dropped out. Yeah. And I couldn't catch them as well as I thought, so I flushed them.
But no, you need to be like, you being a father or something like after you find your calling after 31. I'm sure. You know?
When I realize, I'm going to be the accountant of the year, 2K28 or so.
You being an accountant, that's hilarious. But I just want to quickly round back to the point that I didn't quite finish, was just the thing of like coming from a broken family. I think that changes how you engage with I'm not sure. I wonder if there's any teenage romance that is still alive today where one of them comes from a family of divorce. And I suppose and I wanted to say, like, there's got to be a better word for a family, like than broken family, because it's so negative, but it's so natural for parents to procreate and then change.
Most of my friends, I would say, growing up, and this is not a coincidence, had even if they had parents that were together, it was like there was drama, or like they would get divorced 10 years later, and then we'd realize there was always like some shit going on.
Yeah,
I think for sure. This is also like semi-related, but I have a theory that the whole rise of the step porn thing is a symbol of the death of the nuclear family.
Nice.
Where it's just we've gotten more and more like having a stepbrother or a stepfather is like pretty normal.
Yeah.
And then there was like, well, then we're going to introduce the fucking to it.
Yeah. Well, I blame the Brady Bunch is how that started. Did you ever see the Brady Bunch?
No, I'm young.
Yeah, you are. You're gonna find yourself one day, Teddy. No, the Brady Bunch is a man and a woman that both have children from a previous family, and they get married, and both all their children are like the woman has 3 daughters and the man has 3 sons, and they're all the same age, and the eldest totally want to fuck.
Okay.
Yeah. So like
is this the famous Tom Brady?
Yeah, that's how they became the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. Okay, this is not necessary for any of the explanation, but I guess it's Tom Brady. I think it was Tom and Marsha.
Okay.
Marsha, and she would like comb her hair 100 times a day, and it's funny because this was on TV when I was growing up, and then
I feel guilty. I was trying to make a joke about Tom Brady, the American football player, and I
felt like I knew you were trying to do something, but I have no idea what the thing is.
I'm sorry. I'll keep my.
There's Bob Brady. Maybe it's Tom Brady, but like I don't know anything about American football.
That's okay.
What's the
I don't either. I know he's good.
Oh, okay.
I know he played for a team called the Patriots.
Sick reference.
And he won the Super Bowl a lot. This is about as far as I can go.
Well,
he made some great plays, I believe. The cheerleaders, how they cheered.
Oh, how they cheered. Well, maybe some of his sisters were in the cheer squad.
Yes.
And yeah. But,
and his stepsisters were there? Or?
Yeah, just 3. But I liked how you phrased that that step porn is the symbol of the what was it, the destruction,
demise of the nuclear family.
Of the nuclear family. Yeah. Hold on, you don't know yours? No, you have a sister, but you don't have step siblings.
I don't have any step siblings. No.
No. Okay. Yeah, I do
come from a broken home, but not on that side.
But can we? Okay, that's what I want to do. Can we give it a different name? Can we rebrand the broken home?
How
Jesus
about
Christ.
Home 2.0? How about
it's like Vegemite?
Living La Vida Broca.
Let's bring a positive element. Like the 2.0 is positive but fucking lame. Coming from something that's split. But
Family Plus.
Oh nah, that just makes me want to fuck everyone. Just context for anyone listening. Like Friendship Plus in Germany is a friendship with benefits. So. Friendship Plus. Oh my god, Freundschaft Plus. Gross. Which is not gross. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with fucking your friends. So what's
that depends on who your friends are.
I agree. It can be disgusting.
Some of them, they might be horrible people. And
yeah.
Then, you should not grace them with that.
Or why are they your friend then?
They got cash and drugs.
Do you have friends like that?
No, not really.
You are in Switzerland.
No,
so.
oh yeah. Do I know people who have cash and drugs? Absolutely.
But are they your friends?
No, not really.
No. Something funny about being out in Basel last night. There were like 2 points where someone was like trying to do something nice for someone else, and they were like, no, I have money, and it's like that's just not what you hear in Berlin. People aren't like like trying to like no, I'm good. Like I have money. Like in Berlin,
here it's a greeting. It's like, good evening, sir. I have money. Do you?
That's wonderful.
How much gold do you own? Oh my god, I saw an ad for the most fucking Swiss thing ever. Sorry, this is completely off track from the Living La Vida Broca. But I saw an ad for a Zurich bank for like open an account and get free silver. No. So you can get like silver that accumulates in value that comes with opening an account. And isn't that the most fucking rich thing you've ever heard?
It's rich, but it's also
free silver.
But it's also a bit piratey. Like, where's me silver? Like it's kind of a bit. It's a bit. I would have wanted gold. You know what I mean? Like.
I think that's if you get like a premium account. Probably.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Silver seems a little bit raggedy. You know what I mean? Where's my silver?
I love pirates.
Free bottle of rum.
Pirates are the only historical group that aren't like tied to a specific place that have an accent.
Yeah, right. And
it's like
Scottish.
It's like Scottish, but with like a bit of like American flair.
Yeah, totally. It's just like not hooligan. There's another.
Also, I think I saw a tweet that was like, no one ever talks about how kind pirates are as friends because they called all their friends my hearties.
My hearties. That's so good. Oh my god, that's so funny. My hearties. It's so true. Yeah. And isn't it funny as children, like all children are pirates.
You're either born a pirate and the rest is drag.
But it's like all children, like, I know this because I'm exposed to children these days, but like we're all brought up with an education in pirates.
Oh yes, it's very important to understand. What are
dinosaurs and pirates?
What are the key elements that define a pirate?
They're drunk.
They're drunk, yes.
They've got like raggedy clothes.
Raggedy, but like kind of stylish.
But
in
cool,
like a surprising way.
Yeah, like cool, yeah, but if you ever try and
I've been
really-
in Berlin and been like, is this a pirate or is this a really fashionable man?
There is the pirate party, the political party in Berlin. Did you know
Oh,
this?
yeah, I do know of
Yeah,
them,
the pirate party. Okay, other elements. Well, you said drunk, raggedy clothes.
I would say duplicitous, but in a charming way.
Yeah,
Like, you can't
trust them.
You can't trust them, but if they betray you, then you're kind of like, he got me again. That's that silly old sod.
Totally, like, charmingly dishonest.
Yes.
Yeah. Duplicitous?
Duplicitous.
That was
It's
a tough word. It's a
good
great word. I stumbled on it.
I don't know if I used it right.
No, I think that's perfect. As the authority on all matters.
All matters pirate.
Yeah. So, any other distinguishing factors?
I think a para is a plus, but not a necessity.
Yeah, for sure.
I think same goes for a wooden leg.
Yes.
I do think you have to have some kind of fun sword or fun like pistol that like is like fun and long.
Yeah, you usually don't have a bow and arrow.
You need to have a flag.
You need a flag.
The
yes.
flag is, I think, vital to piracy.
Yes. I think some jewelry as well.
I wouldn't say necessarily jewelry, but just like general swag.
Okay.
Like,
all right. Okay.
And I don't mean like swag in like the early 2010s. Like
No, that's what I was saying.
I mean like swag as in like just like items that you don't need but you have on you at all times.
Yeah.
So like, that's where a compass comes in, or a fun necklace. Or
Mate,
like,
a compass
or like
is
rings.
very important for a pirate's
rings.
job. Come on. But rings, yes.
Well,
rings,
a pirate's job is just to be a fun dude.
Rings, a scarf, like a feather, maybe some brooches, necklace. Yeah. Swag. Okay, swag. All right, cool. So pirates. How the fuck did we get onto pirates?
All conversations lead back to it with me. I genuinely believe Pirates of the Caribbean to be one of the greatest movies ever made, and I will fight anyone that disagrees.
Wow, I haven't watched it since. The thing is, when Amber Heard originally made her claims.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Arr.
Now, where do you stand on that, Yardy?
Well, I think, the thing is, I took, without any education or research, I took her side immediately, because just like whenever anyone's doubting a woman's claims of abuse, I will immediately believe her. Just,
Yeah, I get that instinct. Absolutely.
But then it became very clear in the trials, and from everyone that I spoke to and women that I know that have been in abusive relationships who are following the trial, who are very much like, Amber Heard is not a victim of a domestically violent relationship. Like they're both crazy, but she is not presenting like a victim. Her story is all over the place. There's no evidence, and all the evidence that is there kind of plays in his favor in showing that she's just trying to set him up and nothing. Yeah. So problem was when her claims first came out, around 2000 and...
That was the day she almost caught Captain Jackson.
Very good.
Sorry.
No, but very good. But when the claims came out, they came out around 2016. When I know that when I moved to Berlin, because it upset me, because I really like Johnny Depp. His connection with Hunter S. Thompson and a lot of the films and characters he portrayed, I was really like... And when that came out, I was so sad, and I even wrote a poem about it. How sad I was that he was violent, because I just left.
You were poem sad.
I was poem sad, yeah, and yeah, I can't believe I wrote a poem, and because
And we have that poem here today.
I probably could pull it up, to be honest. I think it's very short, but
Amber Heard,
no.
You heard me when I heard the dirt about the turd that she left.
Your freestyling needs work. No, I'm being mean. That was beautiful. You should write that down.
You don't actually have to get up the poem.
I'm gonna see if I've got
now
it.
that you've started, it's sort of...
you started freestyling, so I was like, this is a moment.
Okay, well, my 2 cents on the Amber Heard Johnny Depp are very, very short.
Okay, but give them to us.
I don't really know either of them. It seems a bit weird that we all got to be a part of that.
Yeah.
It seems very strange to me that the system allows that.
Yeah.
And I hope that they are both happy. I guess. But they also both seem like psychopaths.
Yeah,
so,
right.
But also, cry me a river, both of you. You're rich and fine. Who cares?
Yeah, totally, right? Totally. I'm not sure if it's anywhere that I can find. There's some really bad shit in here. I'm terrified of reading my poetry. I just found something called The Weirdest Date I've Ever Had. Oh yeah, I remember all these poems.
There's also a note that was titled Glory Hole, but it's okay.
Well, that's one of my comedy shows.
Oh, I see.
Did you know that? But that was the genesis of that. I like this. My Father's Grave. Interesting.
I wasn't going to say it because that felt like an intense one to ask about.
Yeah, but my dad's not dead, so... but anyway...
Not yet.
Not yet.
This is a plan. It's so detailed.
No, it's a comment about... my friend posted last night the picture of a gravestone of his father's gravestone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. Anyway, just to round off on the Johnny Depp thing, it really upset me. It upset me so much because I'd just come out of quite an abusive, like a psychologically, an emotionally abusive relationship, like really damaging relationship. And the one before that was also, and he was also violent. Like he never hit me. Like I've got a joke about it, but like my ex-husband never hit me, but he was very violent. Like our house was a fucking, like there were broken, like there were holes in walls and like, you know, and like lots of broken furniture, like shit was violent. And the one before that. And so anyway, when like all this Me Too stuff happened and then the stuff about Johnny Depp, I was so sad. And so, yeah, at the start of the whole trial, I was like, fucking, he did it, you know? And so her bullshit, like her putting that stuff out there absolutely worked. Like I totally was against Johnny Depp and now the trial's gone through. It's like, well, I guess he was, yeah. I guess I need to... He's crazy, but so is she, and there's no proof.
We knew he was crazy. We look at the scarves.
I haven't looked
at... the amount of scarves he owns?
Scarves. I thought you said scars.
Oh, no. That would be dark.
Scarves. Scarves.
No man that wears more than 3 scarves at one time
is okay.
Yes, there's something going on that they're hiding.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
What are you hiding under those scarves, Johnny Depp? Come on the podcast.
Right? Okay.
This is an official call to action. Explain the scarves. We'll ask nothing about the Amber Heard trial.
Yeah, right?
Just scarves.
Just scarves. Scarves. It's because he's a pirate. He's a pirate. He's a total pirate. We still don't have a name that's better for Broken Family. Living La Vida Broken.
Token Family. Choken. No, again, you're going to find that hot.
It's like when something... Okay. But it's also not like it doesn't connect. It like when something is divided and then maybe it's like a photosynthesis family or like you know in like a split cell like when things like divide and then grow into their own things.
So so if it's a photosynthesis family, but for the family, it's a photosynthesis. Try saying that 5 times.
Photosynthesis family, photosynthesis family, photosynthesis family, photosynthesis family, photosynthesis family. I'm so OCD. Go on. And competitive.
So it's a photosynthesis family, and then but so instead of it being a family spelled with an F, it's spelled with a PH.
A family with a PH.
And then it also means fat family.
Yeah, like fat family. Yeah. Okay, done. I'm from a fat family. Let's stop saying broken, you know? It's not broken.
Well, then, I mean, the fat family raises other questions. You have to say, I'm from a fat with a PH family.
Yeah, I'm from a fat with a PH. Back in the day when we used to say, that's fat. Yeah, man, that's wow. That's a different era. Okay, so we got into Johnny Depp because of pirates, and we got into pirates because of... I can't even remember how we got into pirates. Your balls. Shaving
probably.
balls. I'm trying to think when I first removed my pubic hair. I remember I started getting pubic hair quite early as well. I started getting all the hair quite early. I think I was like 10
like
when
in the post?
Like in the post. It just started arriving and I was like, what is this? Who's sending me this? Let me attach it to my skin.
That'd be quite a funny prank to send your mates just locks of your hair and just write so you can remember me.
That's so gross. It's so funny how people used to do that. Like cut a lock, like, oh, I'm going to leave. I'll cut a lock of your hair.
Do you think they joked off with it?
With the like rubbing the hair on themselves?
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you're like in like Civil War America and you're getting like a letter and you get like a lock from your love, you think you touch it?
You like put it on your face as you jerk off.
What if you like accidentally throw it in your mouth and you just mid jerk off?
You're like, my dear, please send me another lock of your hair.
One has disappeared up my crevasse.
Gross. There was a thing that we started talking about last night after the show that we definitely need to talk about, which is the Prince. Was it Prince?
No, it was Mick Jagger and David Bowie.
It was Mick Jagger and David Bowie. So what was it that
okay, so I don't know if it's true, and I like lawyers don't come at me. This could be libel if you're listening to this, Prince's lawyer, which would be a wild turn of events.
I would love that.
Or the ghost of David Bowie. But either no, it's not Prince. It's Mick Jagger.
Yeah, it's Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger
I confused
and
you with
David
Prince.
Bowie. You did
Mick
indeed.
Jagger, David Bowie. Mick Jagger, the love couple of the 70s.
Apparently, they used to have like threesomes with folks regularly, where Mick Jagger and David Bowie would share a vagina. Well, also that, but they would share a Snickers bar out of someone's vagina. Which begs quite a few questions.
That does beg quite a few questions. So firstly, who...
How far in?
Yeah, who...
Is it like sticking out or like just held there? Or is it like you have to like get...
Like who puts it in first? Whose idea was it first? Why do they have a Snickers bar? Why a Snickers?
Why Snickers not Mars? What did Mars ever do wrong?
Now, I feel like the thing is, the issue with Snickers is you've got whole peanuts in there. So if it melts...
If you get a Twix, you could do it in both holes. Like...
That was good.
No.
That was good. That was good. I think, the Snickers is a weird one because the thing is, when you're eating it, you gotta chew it. Whereas with a Mars, it could just melt and it's all like caramelly. Whereas with a Snickers, you've got bits of peanuts. So you actually, like, you're gonna be eating her out and you're gonna be crunching.
Peanut allergy.
And imagine if well, all those bars are no good for peanut allergies. Sorry, my vagina has a peanut allergy.
It was the 70s, disco.
Peanut
party.
allergies didn't exist. Genuinely, but it's the fact that they would have to crunch through the peanuts that's quite amusing to me. And then, okay, so how deep would you put the Snickers bar into the vag?
I think you're going to opt for half in, half out.
Yeah,
because then you get like maximum like hold, and she can kind of move into convenient snackage positions.
I reckon they did it once. And then people talked about. I don't think it's a good enough idea to do more than once. What's the benefit of eating it out? I mean,
cocaine though. Like, you got to imagine how much they were on.
Man, I would have loved to have partied with them.
I don't think I would have survived. Also, I have a theory that I think, like, much as I think David Bowie is incredibly talented and I love him to bits as a musician and artist, and blah 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 blah, and he's one of my favorites in the world. But I also think it would be a nightmare to hang out with. I think he'd be insufferably pretentious.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't know. Like, I think any artist that's like any really like successful artist, they get a lot of leeway because it's just like
but I would think they were super cool and great. But I would also think like, okay, you're like they're very self-serious. Those folks.
Are they though? We're assuming that. I think there are artists who like there's lines, like there's like they would. I think they would be very particular around certain things that would be annoying and lame. But then I don't know, like the chat and the. I don't know. I think you're right. I just think I
also think like Kendrick Lamar is the greatest working artist of our generation.
Yes.
But I also think that he would be really boring to hang out with.
You think he'd be boring?
Or like he would be interesting if you like ask him like very serious questions. Would you have a laugh?
I would hope so. I don't know. Who would you?
Straight edge, and he's very serious.
Yes.
And he likes everything to be like artistically perfect.
I agree with you. I think. Well, the thing is, straight edge people are harder to hang out with. Like, you kind of need to be straight yourself.
No, I don't know if I agree with that. There's like straight edge comedians that are super fun to hang out with, like the.
Who?
I don't need to name names because then it's like if I don't name someone, then it's like implying that.
When I was straight edge, and I guess I don't like the term straight edge, but like it is what it is. When you're completely sober, A lot of people said that I wasn't very fun, but I was like, I could hang out, but there was a really limited amount of time I could hang out with people before I assessed that it was no longer worth my while.
Okay.
And
I got a name. I met someone in Amsterdam. This guy Rom. He was super fun to hang out
Ram
with.
or wrong?
I think Ram.
Ram.
Might be Ram. I'm
Ram.
sorry. I met him for one day. If you're hearing this, I thought you were great, even if I got your name wrong.
He might listen to the podcast. Yeah, I met him.
But like he was like, you know, he didn't drink all night, and but he was like super funny the whole like time, and we like hung out till like, I don't know, like 1 a.m. Granted, you might not at 5 a.m. have the best time if you're fucked up and
they just won't be there. That's the thing. Like if you're straight edge, you know, you look after your body and you go home when it's time to go home. Yeah. But and look, like I had good times when I was sober, but people who were not sober did not think that I was like, I just you have a limited amount of
space. I don't know. I think I like to think that at some point in my life I'm going to be sober. I just haven't reached rock bottom, and I need to hit that before I get to recovery mode. It's an interesting. Like I think I did that, and then like coming back into taking drugs and stuff. I think I'm not sure if I'll be like. I think there'll be a period where I'll need to just in order to like get everything that I'm doing done, because. Yeah, but at the same time, like I think like children and stuff. Like if I have kids, that will change things.
And I'm doing my comedy career. It's like that'll be a time where, but you know, still having like a glass of wine in the evening. It's like doing the straight edge thing means it's like I need to remove the possibility from my head. Like that's what being completely sober is. Like I just not even in my mind is a possibility. And so, but I think if you've got kids. And you got your career and you're very focused, having that glass of wine and that relaxing time, like there's not so much that possibility of being tempted into crazy all night, you know, like, I had one glass of wine and then someone offered me this. And then all of a sudden I was doing, you know, cocaine in a toilet and then someone gave me some liquid LSD. And like, then I came home 3 days later, you know, like, but when you've got a life that's very, you've got a lot of stuff to do, full sobriety is almost not necessary unless you...
Yeah, I mean, I never really became a big drug guy. I mean, like, I tried things and such, and...
You've still got time.
Yeah, as I said, I haven't reached my rock bottom yet. I think that might be it.
If you move to Berlin, you just might find it.
I've heard. I think I might know a guy in Berlin.
You refer to me?
No, I'm referring to literally anyone in Berlin.
That's totally fair.
But no, like so with me, it's just like booze. But like I've like considered going like fully straight edge. I've been like, oh, would I still be fun? And I was sober for like a few months, like last year. Including over like my birthday, Christmas, and New Year's.
Those are good times to try it.
Which was tough. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was also in a mental health institution at the time, so which was why I was like forced to be sober because they threatened drug tests and alcohol tests.
Yeah.
They ended up never testing me and just trusting me, which is wild. But hey, that's a story for another day.
That's cool.
Then I was sober for like 3 months, and like I did actually like I just kind of get why. Like people do it like full time, and like I never felt like boring. I just kind of, it was more my time changed.
Yes.
Where like it was like, okay, I was fun, but I was fun till 11:30.
That's exactly it.
Right, and I was like, I'm not gonna do the 3 a.m. thing. But also, is that a bad thing?
And it's not.
No, it's like kind of nice to be like home at 12 and like sleepy.
Totally. And then there's this different sort of leisure time that you have. So me drinking and partying, it's like my leisure time is that kind of midnight to 3 a.m. of really just like doing nothing by just being around other people who are also taking drugs of some sort, whether it's just alcohol or whatever. Because then daytime, it's like I feel like I need to be productive all the time. But when you're sober, it's your time changes completely.
Sober, I hardly know her. Sorry.
What I wanted to ask was if you wanted to party, if there were like celebrities that you want to party with, like who would you want to party with?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It is a good question because I feel like I could ramp up my career if I partied with the right people because I can be a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. I think for sure.
You know what I mean?
I for sure had like relationships, be that social, romantic, or anything else, or even business to a degree in regards to comedy. I think a lot of them have been based on, we had a really good night out, like
completely,
like
yeah.
So I think if I can prove myself to be, so then I guess like, oh well, that's a different question. If it's like, who would I like to schmooze through getting them drunk with me with? That's
all right,
different.
let's answer that. If you want, I'm trying to think of mine.
I'm trying not to name people that might hear this.
Oh
no, okay, but
really? Like you think anyone that you could?
No, I was like I could name like folks that we both know, but like I was
as
like,
a
no.
joke or
like semi, but like. Yeah.
But like, who would be listening to this that would be schmoozable to get advancements in our career? Who do you think is listening to this?
Nah, no.
Like honestly, I am getting more downloads. Like usually it's like 220 downloads a week. The last
Dad.
The last 2 weeks I've had like 350 downloads a week.
Oh damn.
And majority in the US, which is interesting.
Oh, that's fun.
Like more than Germany.
Shout out to Tallahassee. I don't know.
Tallahassee.
Yeah, so it's a place.
Okay.
Shout out Nantucket Island, another place.
Okay. So, but I want to know these comedians.
You heard about Duluth, Minnesota?
Right. Okay, Teddy. But what I want to know the comedians you think that might listen that you would want to schmooze with to advance your career.
That might. I mean, I now like I was like in between jokes. I was
okay.
But something like I low-key already have.
Okay.
Like, or like people that I think are very good that I'm like I think it's a good position to be friends with them.
Okay. Alright, you're still not naming names. All right, so
I'm not gonna name names.
So then go to the extreme, like the if I could
right,
like for me
anyone in the world. All right, I reckon I want after he's recovered from rehab, get John Mulaney fucked.
Oh right, yeah. Is he still in rehab?
No, he's gotten out and he
out.
seems to be as far as we could possibly know, he seems to be clean and whatnot. Good for him. I'm happy for him. I hope he falls off the ladder with me.
Okay, you'd like Mulaney to fall off the
wagon.
Yeah. The ladder. Don't break your ankle. He's got
a kid now, apparently.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so John Mulaney.
Sure, John Mulaney. I think I'd really like to drink with Eric Andre.
Yeah, for me, Eric Andre and Hannibal Buress are
yeah, that's a big shout to get
my team. Like also Reggie Watts, Eric Andre, Hannibal Buress. I would love to hang with those three. Like probably separate. I'm not sure if they're friends.
Well, Hannibal Buress and Eric Andre are for sure.
Oh yeah, of course. But whether or not Reggie Watts is in there.
Weird one. Paul F. Tompkins.
I don't know who that is.
I'd love to go for cocktails with Paul F. Tompkins.
All
my Tompkin heads out there, get it?
Okay, cool.
But he's like I guess he's more in improv stuff these days than he's stand-up. He's like very regular on Comedy Bang Bang.
Okay.
And he's very incredibly silly and funny.
Okay.
He always wears a bow tie. You've probably seen his face before.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's very funny. He does a lot of like charactery things. He has a character on Comedy Bang Bang called Alimony Tony, who's a guy that just really loves paying alimony. So he keeps getting divorced in order to pay alimony. So that's the kind of vibe.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, he's great.
That's beautiful. I'd like to name a female comedian as well because I don't want to, I do have female friends and, some of my closest friends. Yeah, I have female friends.
I have female friends. I can't be sexist.
Well, the thing is, like, obviously in comedy you hang out with more men generally because that's the, like, at least in sort of bigger scenes. Like
speak for yourself. I'm something of a ladies' man.
Yeah, okay. But in bigger scenes, it's usually, men are the dominant sex, sadly. It's just how history has worked, and we're working on it. But no, I would like to be able to name a female comedian that I would really love to hang out with.
There's a bunch.
But but like who I genuinely think I would have a good time with, like who would like me, and like we would vibe.
Would like you is different to that you would have a good.
No,
time.
but like, I have a good time with someone who's gonna like my vibe. You know what I mean?
I see,
and like, we all have specific vibes, and I think like for example, I love Ali Wong, but I don't think she would give me any time or have any interest in hanging out with me.
I think that would be really funny.
Ali Wong and I.
No, I think her just for being like, no,
Rejecting
not
me. Yeah, right. And then who else do I love? I like one of the first earlier. I think Rosebud Baker and I could get along.
Yeah,
if
I
I
can
was
see that.
straight edging it again. I think me right now should be a bit like
She's straight edge?
grow up, Anna. Yeah. Her and Andy Hazer, Hazer's both straight edge, But yeah, but okay, I think we'll wrap it up. But I do want to ask the question: if there anything that you want to talk about on the spectrum of adults only that we haven't touched?
Oh, I wrote down a couple of adult topics that I have questions on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, check it out! You wrote something cool.
Okay, so I just want to hear your thoughts on these. This is for adults only, right?
Okay.
So this is adults time. Paid your taxes?
Yes,
Okay.
and on time, and I have my tax guy.
Okay. Do you have nose hair?
Oh yeah.
How'd you deal with it?
Usually ignore it. However, I had a tweezer spree when I found some good light in Amsterdam and removed a bunch. But I usually just let it. It's useful.
Okay. Have you ever stared into the abyss? And if so, did it look back?
Yes, and yes, it looked back.
Nice. Funnily enough, hoovers. What's your favorite brand?
You mean like a vacuum cleaner?
Yeah.
Zalba. I once spent $2,000 on a vacuum cleaner.
$2,000 on a vacuum
This
cleaner?
is when I was married with a husband who liked to spend money and have the best things.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He also refused to work more than 20 hours to support his music career. So I was working 2 jobs, working 60-hour weeks, and
you had a lot of vacuuming to do.
And he had allergies, and never go into a vacuum store and say the A word, because they will upsell you like motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And so I was like, babe, we didn't even need a new vacuum cleaner. We had he's like, no, we need a new vacuum. I'm like, the limit is $100. That's all I'm going to spend.
Oh yeah. I think for a hoover, you could go upwards of that for a good one. But
Definitely. But I was like, we already have one. If you want to work harder and like put all your tips towards getting a better, but like we don't need one. And so first it was like, they then showed us he was like, what else do you have? When we saw the 100-ish vacuum cleaner, and they showed us like the 200 and then the 600, and then my fucktard husband was like, well, actually I have asthma. And then they showed us the $1,000 vacuum, and then they showed us the $1,500, and then they showed us the $2,001, and they did the whole like on the carpet pouring out the dust.
Is that like Aussie dollars? Is that like how much is that in euros? Similar?
It'd be like 1,300.
Okay, still a lot. All right.
Yeah,
wow.
And they did the whole like having the carpet and pouring out like the dust on the carpet, and then vacuuming it up, and then it shows in the vacuum cleaner how much it got. And the thing is, they did this with each one, and like the 1,000, like the silver, the $1,000 one, it picked up most of the dust, but like each time, and then the gold one vacuumed over the same area, and like the amount of extra dust it got. And also, if you took out the hose for the vacuuming, it was an air purifier.
Damn.
Yeah. So
I mean, if it's 2,000, yeah. I mean, that's wild.
It was the biggest joke in my friendship circle, but I have no idea how to make it into comedy, because I guess there hasn't been enough time.
Funnily enough, it's weirdly too sad.
Exactly. But the thing is, at the time when I was like happily married, in our community, it was just the biggest fucking joke. Like people were dying with laughter about our $2,000 vacuum.
That's wild.
And how I only wanted to spend 100. So yeah, it was a German brand, Zauber.
Zauber, okay.
There you go.
Shout out Zauber.
You didn't expect that.
I've got a good Hoover story though.
Oh,
I've got a good Hoover story.
Not about you putting your penis in.
No, not at all. So when I was living in London, so we would get these letters. Like this one guy that must have been one of the previous tenants. He had just never changed his address.
Yep.
Like clearly for anything.
Yeah.
So we got so many letters from Mr. Ahmed Mohammed.
That means Muhammad.
So I believe he was Muslim. I'm going to say that pretty confidently.
Yeah.
That's not really relevant to the story, but like we get all these letters, and we were like,
Muslim with his mail.
So you know those Muslims with their mail. You know that cliche about Muslims like abusing the postal service. No, we got loads of letters, like so many that it was like genuinely annoying.
Was it like so many? It was like a mail bomb. Like no, I'm keeping going.
Come on now.
I know. I had to do. I wanted to make it as bad as possible. Go on. So.
No, so eventually, I'm like, you know, we were students. This was at my student place. And we're like, okay, fine, let's open one. Mm-hmm. Right, so we open one, and it's a bank statement, and we feel a bit guilty about looking at it
because it's illegal.
Yeah, this is highly illegal, but we're with adults only.
Adults only.
But yeah, we opened it and we looked at it, and the thing was that he was transferring every day. He was putting in 30 and transferring it to another account.
He was doing cash deposit. Or just like
I think cash
transfer
deposit.
And transfer.
I think
transfer.
I think it was a transfer, but it was basically, it was clearly some kind of money laundering.
I worked in fraud investigation, so like that question was so not useful for the story, but just for my own like trying to. Okay. Anyway, sorry, go on.
But
please.
yeah, it was clearly like dodgy financial, moving it around so that it's not in one place, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, okay, cool, Mr. Amit Mohammed.
I love how you've said his name on this. I
think it adds character.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a fun name to say, Amit Mohammed. And then like, so we're like, okay, this is funny, whatever. Maybe he's on the run or on the lam or whatever. And then we get a delivery from Amit Mohammed. We're like, all right, cool, what's this? And we see it, and it's like, he's like, we got 3 Dyson Hoovers.
Oh.
And like we googled them, they were each worth about £600.
Yeah, they're good Hoovers.
Like good high quality Hoovers, and we're like, okay, I guess we kind of were like, all right, well, I guess we'll have them here and get the our landlord to reach out to the previous tenant. We do that, and the landlord's like, I have no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah.
So now we have these 3 Hoovers, and we're looking at it, and we're thinking, okay, Amit Mohammed was involved in some dodgy shit somehow. Are we sure these are Hoovers? So we're like,
oh, so you hadn't opened the box?
We hadn't opened the box yet because our original thinking was like we're going to pass it on to the
naturally,
right?
Yeah. I just assumed at this point you were opening everything.
And we did some research, and it was like a thing that the London drug movements were like being done in like within Hoovers.
Hey.
So we're like, fuck, we do not want Amit Mohammed and his boys coming back and being like, where the fucks are our things?
Yeah.
So we were like, let's like at the very least get rid of it.
Yeah.
But also, they're worth £600 each. So we had a look inside. It was Hoovers.
No Hoovers.
But still
no
weird.
drugs inside.
We're just, it's a bit of an unsolved story to a degree.
Yeah.
So and then we sold 2 of them. And one was like on eBay and split it up between the flat.
Yeah.
And then I, on a particularly hot day, opened the air purifier. That was the third thing. It was also by Dyson, but like it was an air purifier. And I opened it up and started using it. And then me and my flatmate had big beef because he was like, how dare you have opened it? You've taken down the value. And I was like, well, no one was selling it. Anyway, that's a whole different thing.
You've taken down the value of something that we are illegally trying to recoup costs on.
So I think that somewhere out there's a man named Amit Mohammed who is like, where the fuck are my Dyson Hoovers?
Where are my vacuums and where's my air purifier?
And we also, because we didn't like look inside the storage of the Hoover. I think someone might have been sold a Hoover by us and might have like found a bunch of coke in there.
Yeah, I would have looked in the storage area.
We kind of didn't. We were kind of like, if we don't know, we're probably better off.
Yeah,
like
that's
maybe at a different time we would have been like, let's take it. But we were quite like, it's not impossible that this is like genuinely a big drug transfer, and like if we have it, like we could get stabbed in that. So we were like, but if we don't know, then we can kind of
plead ignorance.
Yeah, but
we're just selling someone's parcel. That's not the legal issue here.
A valid point, but also we couldn't reach him. We tried to find him.
Yeah, okay.
And that was the tale of the Hoovers.
Have you looked into the abyss and has it looked back?
No, I've had to flee London because I'm wanted.
Okay. No, you haven't.
No, I'm not wanted.
You're not wanted.
I did leave.
Nobody wants. No, I'm joking. That was horrible. Okay, cool. I love those questions. Thank you so much for making some questions. That's fucking cool.
Oh, I had more, but never mind.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm curious now.
What's your health insurance?
My health insurance, Tekka.
Okay. Just a good adult question.
That's beautiful.
How's your pension fund? Do you have one?
It's a bit all over the place, I'll be honest, because there's stuff in Australia. They keep emailing me, and I'm like, and then I just like, it's just so boring, you know?
What's your favorite Bach sonata?
Bach sonata?
No, Bach sonata.
Sonata. I don't have one.
Oh, I'm not sure if you wrote sonatas, but...
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. I think that's it. I like Bach, but I haven't really listened to him much.
No, I guess it was Bach again. Sorry, saving the best for last.
Yeah. That's it.
I don't know. Do you have any further thoughts?
Any further questions for you?
Feelings?
I think I like the family, the fam with a PH for the replacement.
Family.
That's good.
Family.
When did you stop thinking your ball would fall out of your ball sack when you were shaving your balls?
Never stopped.
You can still find Teddy crouched over his toilet as he shaves his balls.
yeah, that's my plug. Like, look out for me on your toilet. Or if you work in the sewage system, if you find a loose ball, please send it to my address.
Ahmed Mohammed. Beautiful. All right, what would you like to plug?
I suppose my Instagram is at Teddy Hall Comedy. And my comedy shows largely under On the Run Comedy Club. If you're ever in Switzerland, come through. We run good shows. They're fun.
They're great. I've had so much fun on them.
And other than that, I don't know. Send me, if you had the same concern about your ball sack, send me a photo of your no, please no photos of your ball sack. Unless you have a medical issue you would like advice on, and I will try.
Oh, that's way worse, dude. Yeah. That is the worst. I want your diseased testicle photos coming at me.
I'm gonna be curious.
Yeah, okay, you want that? All right.
I don't whack.
Please send them to Teddy Hall, not to me. That's important.
That's adults only.
No. All right. Well, again, my Instagram AFBarros. Please. I don't know. Please send Teddy your ball photos. And that has been Adults Only Comedy Berlin in Basel. Thank you so much, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.